Hey, warriors. Oh, wow. Excuse all this, you guys. I'm sorry. Um, I want to talk about something that honestly a lot of people won't talk about. Um, and I'm probably going to get a lot of backlash from this, but it needs to be said. It's about prayer. Um, and a lot of people, like I said, are probably not going to agree with me, and that's okay, I guess. The thing is that we need to start asking ourselves different questions about everything. I mean, I'm sure that we all know this by now. Um, but to me, it's like when people pray, okay? It's actually reinforcing, I guess, separation, fragmentation. I mean, if you think about it, you got one part of you is asking for something. You got another part of you, I don't know, thinking you ain't never gonna get it. So there's doubt, and there's the separation right there. And then if you're anything like me, anytime I've ever prayed in the past, I always felt guilty for even asking to begin with, which 90% of the time led me to not even ask for anything because of that. I don't know. You know, um but the point is that is fragmentation. You know, that's not unity, obviously. And yet people, are told this is the way to connect to whatever it is for you. You know what I mean? Um, but that connection, it doesn't come from asking. I mean, let's let's be real. It comes from alignment. I think a lot of us have learned this. Maybe there's a lot of you that haven't yet, or just aren't even going to go down that path whatsoever. But when you're asking for something, you're already assuming that you don't have it, or that you can't get it yourself, or do it yourself, or make it a reality yourself. you know you're placing you're placing that outside of yourself, and that is creating distance to begin with what you are trying to connect with. I mean, I don't think that people get this. It just, I don't know. Um, and honestly, it even gets even deeper than that because, in some ancient traditions, um, like those centered around, let's say, Sophia, you know, um, there's a very different kind of call, which a lot of people even get that misunderstood, you know, but it's not a request. It's not a damn begging or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's not coming from lack. And it was a movement towards unity. And people get this wrong. They think she was calling, trying to connect with the monad. No, she was trying to be a unified whole. And that's how she was connecting with it. I don't know. Like I said, she was trying to, it was coming from unity, a remembering. And that call wasn't fragmented like I just described, prior. It doesn't come from fear and from doubt or even from guilt or unworthiness. It comes from coherence. It comes from alignment with what you are already connected to. You understand? Um, and when you look at the idea of the monad, the source, the whole, whatever, like I said, that it is for you, you're not separate from it. So why would connection require you to ask like you're outside of it? I mean, am I making sense here, guys? Because it seems to make perfect sense to me. I, you know, if you're in a position, just, maybe you can do an experiment. Maybe you're somebody at the other end of this that's disagreeing with me. You know, next time you find yourself in a position where, you know, um, you want to pray or ask for something, you know, instead of saying, please give me, try saying, just as an experiment, just try saying, I align with, I return to, I recognize, whatever, it is that you're trying to, you know, connect with or get out to the connection, I guess. Um, because those things that I just said, they're not fragmentation. That's that's integration, you know? Um, I don't know. And I'm not trying to say, that prayer is wrong. It just means that most people would never, we weren't ever shown how to do this from wholeness, right? We've always been shown to do this from separation. That's just how it is. It's how I see it. It's the way that it is, period. And there's so many contradictions in all of these religions, you know. And I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm really not. But when you do go at it from wholeness, it does change everything. I promise that much. you know. Um I don't know. When you come at it from a place of lack, you are just reinforcing separation. And when you come at it from unity, you are collapsing that separation. I mean, do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, the next time that you go to try to pray or whatever, ask yourself, are you asking from, division, separation, whatever? Or are you aligning from wholeness? Just see how you feel. I love you.